Thank you. Thank you for being here. I want you to take a moment with me. Just close your eyes for a second. No, really, close them. Feel the air in this room. Feel the weight of your own body in that chair. Feel the quiet hum of the energy that's bouncing between all of us right now. Now, open them and look at the person to your left. Look at the person to your right. See them? Really see them. Because here's the truth. That person is fighting a battle you know nothing about. And so are you. And so am I. We walk through this world wearing masks. We put on the I'm fine face. We post the perfect pictures. We tell the polished stories. But inside, something is whispering. Something is gnawing. It's that voice that says you are capable of more. Not more things. Not more likes. Not more money. More presence. More truth. More you. And the reason I'm standing here today with my heart pounding in my chest is because I know that voice. I've run from it. I've drowned it out with noise. I've tried to silence it with achievement. But it never goes away because that voice is not your enemy. That voice is your invitation. It's the call to stop surviving and start thriving. And today I want to talk about the habits that answer that call. Not the fluff, not the quick fixes, not the 5 easy steps to a perfect life that we all know are a lie. I want to talk about the habits that hurt, the habits that heal, the habits that transform. These 10 habits are not a checklist. They are a revolution, a personal revolution. And the first step of that revolution begins with one simple, terrifying, and beautiful habit. Learn to habit number 1 is the decision to show up, not just physically. I mean, show up with every single fiber of your being. Show up for your life as if it's the only one you get. Because it is. You know, we spend so much time waiting. We wait for the right moments. We wait for the fear to go away. We wait for the perfect conditions. I used to do that. I'd say, I'll start that project when I'm more confident. I'll have that difficult conversation when I'm less angry. I'll chase that dream when the time is right. And you know what happened? Nothing. The time never came. The confidence never magically appeared. Because showing up isn't a feeling. It's a choice. It's the choice to step into the arena even when your hands are shaking. It's the choice to speak your truth even when your voice is trembling. It's the choice to try even when you know you might fail. Show up for the work before you feel ready. Show up for the love before you feel worthy. Show up for the life you want, even if you can't see the whole staircase yet. You just have to take the step, that first step, that terrifying, exhilarating, powerful step. But here's the thing. You can't show up for your future if you're still living in your past. And that brings me to the second habit. The habit of letting go. Letting go is not about forgetting. It's not about pretending something didn't happen. It's not about forgiving someone who doesn't deserve it. No. It was about freeing yourself. It's about recognizing that the weight you're carrying is not yours to carry anymore. Think about it. How much mental real estate is occupied by yesterday's regrets? How much of your energy is being drained by replaying old conversations, old mistakes, old wounds? It's like walking through life with a backpack full of bricks. Every grudge is a brick. Every resentment is a brick. Every I should have or I wish I hadn't is another brick. And you're wondering why you're tired. You're wondering why you can't move forward. It's because you're choosing to carry a graveyard on your back. Leaned, I want you to imagine for a moment what your life would feel like if you just put that backpack down, just for a second. What would happen if you decided today right now that you are no longer going to give your past the power to define your future. That doesn't mean the past isn't real. It's real. It shaped you. It formed you. But it does not have to be your prison. The key is in your hand. It's called acceptance. Accept what happened. Accept that you did the best you could with the knowledge you had. Accept that people will let you down and you will let people down. Accept that you are human. And then let it go. Let it fall away. You need your hands empty and your heart open for what's coming next. And that next step, that third habit, is the one that scares people the most. It's the habit of embracing the unknown. We crave certainty. We crave control. We want to know exactly how everything is going to turn out. We want to plan every detail. But here's the beautiful, brutal truth of it all. Life is messy. Life is unpredictable. And the more you try to control it, the more it eludes you. The only thing you can control is your response, your perspective, your action. And when you embrace the unknown, you stop fighting the current and you start learning to swim in it. Look, think about the greatest moments of your life, the ones that actually made you feel alive. I'm willing to bet they were unexpected, a conversation that happened by accident, an opportunity that appeared out of nowhere, a connection that you never saw coming. These are the gifts of the unknown, but you can't receive those gifts if your hands are clenched in fear, trying to hold on to the way things are. The flower doesn't bloom because it wants to. It blooms because it has to. It pushes through the dark soil, it reaches for the sun, and it trusts the process. That's what you have to do. Trust the process, even when you can't see the destination, even when the path ahead is foggy. Trust that each step is moving you somewhere new. Trust that the struggle is the fertilizer for your growth. And that struggle is essential. It's the fourth habit, the habit of asking for help. No, wait, I see you. I know you. You're nodding your head, but your heart is resistant. You want to be the strong one. You don't want to be a burden. You think you have to do it all by yourself to be worthy. I know. I've been there. I've been the lone wolf. I've been the one who smiles and says, I'm fine, while everything is crumbling inside. I thought that was strength. But I was wrong. That's not strength. That's isolation. That's a wall. And walls keep people out, yes, but they also keep you in. True strength is vulnerability. True strength is saying, I can't do this alone. It's picking up the phone. It's reaching out a hand. It's allowing someone to see you in your brokenness and loving you anyway. You are not meant to be a solo act. You are part of a chorus. You are part of a human tapestry. And the moment you allow someone to help you carry the weight gets lighter. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of trust. It's a sign of wisdom. It's the moment you realize that community is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Let people in. Let them love you. Let them challenge you. Let them catch you when you fall. And be willing to do the same for them. That is the foundation of a life of meaning, you know? And we can't talk about meaning without talking about the fifth habit, the habit of embracing failure. Oh, we hate that word, don't we? Failure. It feels like the end. It feels like a tombstone on our dreams. We avoid it, we run from it, we shape our entire lives around the fear of it. But what if I told you that failure is not the opposite of success? What if I told you that failure is a stepping stone? What if I told you that every single person who has ever achieved anything worth achieving has a laundry list of failures as long as their arm? The only difference between them and everyone else is that they didn't stop. They didn't let the failure be the final word. When you fail, you have a choice. You can let it define you, or you can let it refine you. You can see it as a full stop, or you can see it as a comma, a pause, a lesson, a chance to learn. Failure isn't a grade. It's data. It's feedback. It's the universe telling you, not that way. Try this way. The most successful people in history were not the ones who never failed. They were the ones who failed, got back up, and failed again. And then they got up again. They learned what didn't work. They adapted. They evolved. They grew. Your failures are not the end of your story. They are the middle chapters. They are the drama, the tension, the plot twist that makes the final victory so sweet. If you haven't failed lately, you aren't trying hard enough, right? And that brings me to a habit that's going to feel counterintuitive. The sixth habit, the habit of silence. We live in a world that is screaming at us, a world of constant notifications, endless scrolling, noise, chatter, opinion. We've forgotten how to be still. We've forgotten how to listen. We've forgotten how to sit in the quiet and just be. Silence isn't emptiness. Silence is a container. It's the space where the noise fades away and you can finally hear your own soul, right? You want to know what you really think, what you really feel, what you really need. Sit in silence. Turn off the TV, put down the phone, go for a walk without a podcast. Just let the world be quiet around you. It will be uncomfortable at first. That's okay. That discomfort is the sound of the old you fighting to stay loud. But if you stay in that silence, something beautiful happens. You start to hear the whispers of wisdom, the whispers of intuition, the whispers of your own heart. Clarity comes in the silence. Vision comes in the stillness. All the big answers you're looking for are already inside you, but they're buried under the noise. You have to be brave enough to dig. You have to be brave enough to dig. And that digging, that excavation of the soul, leads us to a place that is often painful, but always necessary. It leads us to the seventh habit, the habit of radical acceptance of who you are right now. Not who you were, not who you're trying to be, not who you think you should be, but who you are in this moment, flawed, imperfect, messy, beautiful. We spend so much of our lives running away from ourselves. We want to be skinnier, smarter, funnier, more successful, more like someone else. We look in the mirror and we criticize. We look in the mirror and we negotiate. We look in the mirror and we say, I will love myself when, I will love myself when I lose 10 pounds. I will love myself when I get that promotion. I will love myself when I find the right partner. When? And then you get that promotion. You lose that weight. You find that person. And the feeling lasts for a day, maybe a week. And then the voice is back. The voice that says, not enough, not quite there, you need more. Angered. Bye. This is the disease of the modern soul. The disease of conditional self-worth. And the seventh habit is the cure. It's the decision to stop negotiating with your own heart. It's the decision to look yourself in the eye and say, I see you. I see all of you. The good, the bad, the ugly. And I love you anyway. Not because you've earned it, not because you're perfect, but because you are worthy of love simply because you exist. You are a miracle. You are a complex, breathing, thinking, feeling, loving, hurting, hoping miracle. And to reject that miracle, to withhold love from that miracle, is the ultimate act of violence against yourself. blind. When you accept yourself fully, something shifts. The energy you were spending on fighting yourself, on hiding yourself, on hating yourself, it is suddenly freed up. It becomes fuel. It becomes power. It becomes the engine for your growth. Because you don't grow from a place of shame. You grow from a place of love. You don't become better by beating yourself up. You become better by believing in yourself. Radical self-acceptance is not the end of the journey. It is the very beginning. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It's the soil from which the most magnificent flower can bloom. And once you've started to build that foundation of love and acceptance, you need to start building something else. You need to build momentum. That brings me to the 8th habit, the habit of taking consistent action. Not perfect action, not heroic action, consistent action. You see, we are addicted to the grand gesture. We want the overnight success. We want the viral moment. We want the story where everything falls into place and the world sees our brilliance. And because that doesn't happen, we do nothing. We sit on our hands waiting for the lightning bolt. But growth doesn't happen in leaps. It happens in steps, tiny, unremarkable, boring steps. Day after day after day. The seed doesn't become a tree in a day. It pushes up through the soil, a tiny sprout you can barely see. Then it's a sapling, thin and fragile. Then it's a sturdy trunk. Then it's a mighty oak. That process took years. It happened silently. It happened consistently. It happened with thousands of tiny actions that seemed insignificant at the time. The same is true for you. Lend, you want to write a book? Write 1 page a day. You want to build a business? Make 1 extra phone call a day. You want to be a better partner? Offer 1 genuine compliment a day. You want to be healthier? Walk for 15 minutes a day. It sounds so simple. It sounds so small. But small compounded over time becomes massive. The compound effect is real. It's the most powerful force in the universe. A single drop of water doesn't carve a canyon, but 1,000,000 drops of water over 1,000 years will carve the Grand Canyon. That's consistency. That's time. That's not waiting for the big moment. That's honoring the small moments. That's showing up for the mundane, unsexy work. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but it's hard. It's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to keep going when you don't see immediate results. It's hard to keep putting 1 foot in front of the other when you're tired and scared and you just want to quit. I know, I feel you. That's the most human thing in the world. And that's why we need the 9th habit, the habit of forgiveness, not just forgiving other people. We talked about that in the context of letting go. But I'm talking about something even more intimate. I'm talking about forgiving yourself. Oh, this is the one that makes people cry. Because we are so hard on ourselves. We are our own harshest critics. We replay our mistakes on a loop. We curse ourselves for our weaknesses. We punish ourselves for our failures. We hold ourselves to standards we would never, ever apply to the people we love. If your best friend came to you and said, I messed up, I did something I'm ashamed of, I'm a terrible person, what would you say to them? You would say, you're not terrible. You're human. You made a mistake. It's okay. I love you. Let's move forward. So why do you refuse to say those same words to yourself? Self-forgiveness is not an excuse to be lazy. It is not permission to repeat the same mistakes. It is the medicine that heals the wound so you can actually learn and change. Because a person who is consumed with guilt and shame is paralyzed. They can't move forward because they are stuck in the moment of their failure. But for themselves, they have washed the dirt off their face and they are ready to stand up and walk again. They are ready to try again. They are ready to do better. And that is the only path to real progress. Brand, you must forgive yourself for the poor choices you made when you didn't know better. You must forgive yourself for the times you stayed silent when you should have spoken up. You must forgive yourself for the times you spoke up when you should have stayed silent. You must forgive yourself for hurting people, for breaking promises, for breaking your own heart. You have to let it go. You have to release yourself from the prison of past mistakes. The door is open. All you have to do is walk through it. The person you were yesterday is not the person you are today. And the person you are today is not the person you will be tomorrow. So why would you hold yesterday's person hostage in today's cell? Forgive them. Set them free. Set yourself free. And when you set yourself free, something remarkable happens. You start to look at the world differently. You start to look at other people differently. You start to see the struggle in their eyes, and instead of judging them, you recognize them. You feel kinship. You feel compassion. And that is the beginning of the 10th and final habit. The habit of service, of contribution, of giving back, of seeing your growth not as something you hoard for yourself, but as something you pour into the world around you. This is the secret that many people miss. They think self-improvement is a selfish act. They think it's all about me, 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 getting better, getting stronger, getting richer. But here's the truth that will turn your world upside down. The ultimate purpose of your growth is not for you. It is for others. The point of getting stronger is so that you can lift other people up. The point of finding your voice is so that you can speak for those who can't. The point of healing your pain is so that you can be a safe place for someone else who is hurting. We are connected. We are one. Your growth is a gift to the collective. And when you live in service of something greater than yourself, you find a meaning that transcends the ego. You find a fulfillment that no amount of money or fame can ever provide. I remember a time in my life when I was so focused on my own success, on my own goals, on my own climb up the ladder, that I was miserable. I was getting what I wanted, but I was empty. Because success without significance is just a hollow victory. And then I started to shift my focus. I started to ask not, what can I get, but what can I give? I started to look for opportunities to be useful, to be kind, to be generous, to mentor someone, to listen to someone, to just show up for someone. And my life changed. My heart expanded. My problems shrank. Because when you step into a larger purpose, your perspective changes. Your petty worries lose their grip on you. You stop being the center of your own universe, and in doing so, you finally become whole. You finally become whole. And that wholeness is not a destination. It's not a finish line you cross where suddenly everything is perfect and you have no more struggles, no more pain, no more fear. That's a fantasy. That's the lie we've been sold. Wholeness, real wholeness, is the ability to hold all of it. The joy and the sorrow, the strength and the weakness, the light and the shadow. It's the understanding that life is not about eliminating the darkness, but about learning to dance in it. It's about knowing that the storm will come, but it will also pass. And when it passes, you will still be standing. You will still be breathing. You will still be you. And the truth is, These 10 habits I've just shared with you, they are not a one-time fix. They are not pills you swallow and suddenly you're better. They are muscles. They are practices. They are daily choices that you have to make over and over and over again for the rest of your life. It's exhausting to think about, isn't it? It's exhausting to think that you have to keep showing up, keep letting go, keep embracing the unknown, keep asking for help, keep accepting failure, keep sitting in silence, keep accepting yourself, keep taking action, keep forgiving yourself, and keep serving others. Day in and day out, forever. I know. I feel that way too. There are mornings when I don't want to do any of it. There are mornings when the blanket is heavy and the bed is warm and the voice in my head says, "What's the point? You're not making a difference. You're not changing the world. Go back to sleep." And I want to give in. I really do. And sometimes I do. I'm human. And that's the most important thing to remember. You are human. You are allowed to fall down. You are allowed to break the habits. You are allowed to fail. The only thing you are not allowed to do is stay there. The only thing you are not allowed to do is give up on the process. Because the process is the point. Think about it like this. A river does not stop flowing just because it hits a rock. It doesn't say, "Oh, this is too hard. I think I'll just dry up." No. The river goes around the rock, or it goes over the rock, or it patiently, over centuries, wears the rock away. It doesn't give up. It doesn't stop moving. It just adapts, it flows, it continues on its journey to the ocean. That is the energy you need to bring to your life. The energy of water, fluid, adaptable, persistent, relentless. You will face obstacles. You will face roadblocks. You will face people who doubt you and circumstances that try to break you. And they will hurt you. They will make you question everything. But you keep flowing. You keep moving. You keep adapting. Because your ultimate destination is not a place. It's not a job title or a relationship status or a bank account balance. Your ultimate destination is the full expression of who you are. And that is a lifelong journey. Right? And I need you to hear me on this. I need you to understand this with the deepest part of your soul. The reason you're doing all of this work, the reason you're trying to improve, the reason you're here tonight, listening to a stranger talk about habits and growth, is not because you are broken, not because you are less than, it's because you are a masterpiece in progress. You are a sculpture that is still being chiseled. Every challenge is the chisel. Every failure is the chisel. Every moment of heartbreak and every moment of triumph, it's all the chisel. And the artist? The artist is you. With every choice you make, you are shaping yourself. You are carving away the parts that don't belong. You are revealing the beautiful form that was always there, hidden beneath the marble. You are not becoming someone new. You are becoming who you always were. And I know that's hard to believe sometimes. I know you look in the mirror and you see the flaws. You see the chips and the cracks. You see the bits of marble that feel like they should be somewhere else. But that's the art. That's the story. The cracks are where the light gets in. The chips are proof that you've been worked on. They are proof that you've lived. They are not imperfections. They are the story of your becoming, and they make you beautiful. Truly beautiful. Blaine. So I want to ask you something. I want you to ask yourself something. When you leave this place tonight, when you go back out into the noise of the world, what are you going to do differently? Are you going to keep living the same old story? Are you going to keep carrying the same old weight? Are you going to keep listening to the same old fears? Or are you going to take a step? Just one step. Just one tiny, small, seemingly insignificant step. Are you going to show up tomorrow morning and try again? Are you going to forgive yourself for the slip-ups? Are you going to reach out to someone and ask for help? Are you going to sit in silence for 5 minutes and listen to your own heart? Are you going to look in the mirror and say, I love you? That's it. That's all it takes. One step, one habit, one moment of choice, because the person you are becoming is not built in a day. They are built in a lifetime of moments, a lifetime of choices, a lifetime of getting back up. And every single time you get back up, you get a little stronger. Every single time you choose love over fear, you get a little bolder. Every single time you let go of a grudge, you get a little lighter. And before you know it, you're not the same person who walked in here. You've transformed, you've evolved, you've grown, and that, my friends, is the most beautiful thing about being human. Our capacity to change, our capacity to grow, our capacity to love not just others, but ourselves. Our capacity to turn our wounds into wisdom and our pain into purpose. No other creature on this planet has that ability. We are the only ones. We are the dreamers. We are the creators. We are the ones who can imagine a better world and then go out and build it. But it starts with us. It starts with the work we do on ourselves. It starts with the habits we cultivate. It starts with the decision we make right here, right now, to become the fullest, most powerful, most authentic version of ourselves. And I want you to understand something else. I know some of you are listening to this and you're thinking, this is great, but it's too late for me. I'm too old. I've made too many mistakes. I've wasted too much time. No, stop that right now. Stop that thought in its tracks. It is never, ever too late. The oak tree is still growing. The river is still flowing. The sun is still rising. As long as you are breathing, you have the chance to start again. The clock of your life is not running out. It's just ticking. And every tick is a new opportunity. You cannot change the past. The past is a fixed thing. But the future is a blank page. And you are the writer. You are the author of this incredible, extraordinary, unpredictable story. So what are you going to write on the next page? Are you going to write a story of regret? Or are you going to write a story of redemption? Are you going to write a story of fear? Or are you going to write a story of courage? The choice is yours. It has always been yours. No one else can make it for you. No one else can live your life for you. No one else can do the work for you. And I'm not going to stand here and pretend that it's easy. It's not. It's the hardest work you'll ever do. There will be tears. There will be doubt. There will be times when you feel like you're going backwards. That's part of the journey. That's part of the process. So be gentle with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. You are doing the best you can with what you have, and that is enough. That is more than enough. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. A question really, and I want you to sit with it after I'm done. I want you to carry it with you when you walk out these doors. And I want you to answer it every single day for the rest of your life. The question is this: are you ready to show up? Are you ready to let go? Are you ready to embrace the unknown? Are you ready to ask for help? Are you ready to embrace failure? Are you ready to sit in silence? Are you ready to accept yourself? Are you ready to take action? Are you ready to forgive yourself? Are you ready to serve?